Yo, what's going on? This is a serious dream with your host, Sirius, like the serious star, then God. Tonight's show, we will be getting in on, the topic of tonight's show is actually Breatharians. What are Breatharians? Can you actually live with being a Breatharian? And my co-host, Kiera Dream, is she on? You there?
Yeah, I'm on. You put me on yet?
Yeah.
Cool. We on.
All right, cool. So we back in alliance, dealing with
almost.
Yeah, almost right. Dealing with Breatharians. So we about to go in for a moment. We're gonna play a little bit more of a tune, and we're gonna get right back at y'all. Okay. Yo, we're back. Coming at y'all talking about Breatharians is the topic tonight. Can a person really live with being a Breatharian? What does that mean? Yo, Dream, what does a Breatharian mean?
Well, one of the first definitions. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Well, one of the first definitions that I ever got from a Breatharian was that they basically survive off the energy from the sun, and that's it. And they do this. They supposed to do this for an extended period of time. It's not nothing that's supposed to be permanent. They do it for a couple of months, and then they do resume to eating food. Then they go back to being a Breatharian. But now, when I've done some recent research on it, they say that Breatharians don't eat or drink nothing, period. There's no breaking in what they do. They just, live that way completely. And I finally saw the email link that you sent me about the guy over there in India who hasn't eaten since he was 12 years old at all. Nothing at all in between. No drinking, no food, no just nada. He's just basically been just surviving off the energy of the universe.
Wow.
And that's how he been rolling.
Yo, that is crazy. Dude is 82 years old. He's a yogi from India. Google it, all the information that we're talking about. He's a yogi from India, and apparently he shocked the whole medical world because now they're doing research. They've got this guy locked up in a hospital in India, researching him to actually see if he is what he say is factual. And what they're going to end up doing is seeing what they said that they wanted to do. They said that they want to document him, so because just researching him will be able to answer questions for the medical industry of how the human body can last for long periods of time without eating. So this guy in India, he's 82 now. He said he's been without food for 72 years. Since he was 12, he hasn't eaten or drinking any kind of water. You understand? So the only thing this brother is doing, remember he's dark-skinned. The Indians, or from India, are dark-skinned. They melanated brothers and sisters. He's dark-skinned. He hasn't eaten or drinking anything for 72 years. Wow. That what does that mean? What's going on? Like, a part of me says, yo, that's crazy. But another part of me kind of says that, the human body can go without a lot. The yogi, the reason why he does this is because he's basically his form of belief and faith is in meditation. I work at a gym, and just today somebody in the locker room, a lady in the locker room, or a man in the locker room fell out because they came to the gym without nourishing themselves. And they did all this cardio, an ambulance came, a whole dramatic situation.
Wow.
End up the person didn't eat, but the person's okay, but still and yet, the person that fell out today probably didn't go without food, a day? a day, maybe 12 hours, and they fell out. This man is not going without food or water for 72 years, y'all. So, like, what do you think about that, Dream, in the means of just your body? When you think about yourself, do you think you can go 72 years without food or water?
I believe that if I disciplined myself well enough, I believe that, it's possible that I could, because I actually came on to understanding about, what a breatharian was when I was actually a vegan. Because I used to fast a lot. Like, I would go, the most I ever went without eating or drinking was 5 days, and I didn't drink for, I think, 3 or 4 days. And I would do this frequently, throughout the course of a year. And I did it so much because I was always trying to find ways, to better myself and my health. And I said, well, I wonder if I could survive, just off the energy of the sun one day. So I got online and I typed that in, and that's how I came across, what a breatharian was. And the first person that popped up was actually a brother, we spoken to him named, Wiley Brooks. And that's when I actually kind of got into the science of it. But when I was researching him, his thing was that, that they didn't eat for an extended period of time, but then they would go, resume to going back to eating. But, he has the whole McDonald's meditation blended in with his, so that's like a whole other aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So I kind of find it funny because, the brother Wiley, he got some good stuff behind him too, but I haven't seen him really brought, to the mainstream attention, like they doing to this brother in India, about being a breatharian.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible, like the person you said that passed out in your gym today, I think that'd be the standard procedure for anybody who, doesn't have their mind or their body trained, to endure something like that. Of course they would pass out. Like me, I could probably go over eating for 2 days. And I'd be fine if somebody could have ate early that morning and then asked me talking about they hungry. I'm like, you hungry, man? I ain't eat for 2 days. And you talking about you hungry? Come on now, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I think a person, can, have their body set up that way. It definitely would take a lot of discipline. And even when they say they're not eating, they're still eating, because eating is really a form of energy. And if you're surviving off the sun is still giving you some nourishment to your body, so you're still being fed. You just found some way to, change up your whole frequency and vibration in your body, to correspond more, with the sun and whatever else you're surviving off of.
Wow.
So they still eating, man. They just not trying to say it's food, but it's still food.
That's right. It's still food. They're still nourishing themselves off of the essence or off of, the biology, basically. I think I was just getting back to their science, or the yogi science. The yogis, believe it or not, they believe in prana.
Right.
Prana is like, so one says, what is prana? So if they believe in prana, what is prana? Prana is a very high frequency vibration. It's higher than visual light. It is what the body is actually intended to sustain itself. It's the intelligent energy, and it's the beginning and the benefits of our lives. It increases consciousness and health. To receive this type of energy, our brain has a very powerful energy receptors known as the endocrine glands. I may be saying that wrong. The endocrine gland specifically, the pineal or the pineal gland increases in size over years when you stop eating. These important glands then wake up to handle their primary function in transmitting the light energy known as prana into usable energy that our bodies need for activities. So it's used through the process of being used through the lungs. So the prana is what we call the breath, or what they call in as Christians, as Bible scholars, as Hebrews, as Muslims, we call this the breath of life, or the Ba'ar. Now the breath of life was what was given to Adam and Eve. And blew, the whole story, blew into the man's lung the breath of life. So, but the yogis, they believe that this breath of life is the prana. Okay, so, and it's used through the third eye. The third eye being your whole consciousness. So, a lot of people say, "What is the third eye? How does the third eye work?" Who is the third eye? You know, you get that.
Who is the third eye?